I get my crazy from my mama. What do you get from yours?
What is up, YouTube? Yeah, it's been a while since I posted a video, but I felt like I needed to do this because, so I'm gonna make this as simple, quick, and, fun as I possibly can. I just went and saw the movie Hereditary with my friend. And, we some good church-going Christian motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Like, sorta, kinda, not really. But, like, so we was doing hymns and prayers and shit. Because, like, this movie, from, from the very beginning, the movie legitimately had me making that, like, that fucking, the Toni Collette face, from the motherfucking previews, where she was like, and yeah. Anyway, let me just, I'm gonna just start with like a synopsis. I feel like, let's be proper about this. Okay, so, you know what? Here's my version of the synopsis. Basically, the movie begins with Toni Collette's character's mother dying. But then she dies. And then at the funeral thingy, or the wake, or whatever, a bunch of people start looking at the young girl, Charlie, all, pedophilia-ish, and it's kind of like, what? And then, fast forward, there's like some, oh, my mother was this and that, whatever. Anyway, and, it's just basically about, a dysfunctional family that after a traumatic death, yeah, basically, it sparks this whole grief thing that then makes weird shit happen and then turns into this, like, clusterfuck of what the fuck? And then, like, some other weird shit happens and you, like, or rather, you making that Toni Collette face, Yeah, anyway. Yeah, so that's the synopsis, and yeah, you should already know the damn synopsis, okay? Let's get into what actually happens, because this is... Okay, so the movie starts out, like I said, the grandmother dies, and the wake is weird, everything's all cryptic, Toni Collette's character's like... my mother was a very secretive woman, blah, 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 blah. The guys are looking at Charlie, all pedophiliophic, or whatever, and, okay, it's, okay. Whenever the mother goes in then to talk to Charlie about the death of the grandmother, she says that the grandmother always wanted her to be a boy, and all this other shit, but she was apparently the favorite. And it was still weird anyway, and here are the big spoilers here. Let's just get straight up into those. This film is one of those films that will fuck you all up. But like in a good way. I will say right off the bat, do not buy into the hype, because unfortunately, I mean, maybe I'm the only bitch that thinks this, but like, okay, all the hype building up around it, and they're talking about how scary and terrifying and I personally, I didn't think it was all that scary. It was very creepy. There were definitely some scenes where I was like, whoa, and then of course me making the Toni Collette face for a lot of the other, fucked up scenes. But like, I don't know. Overall, I didn't think it was all that scary, and I definitely don't agree with a lot of, what the critics are saying about, like, oh, it's the Exorcist of this generation. Not even close. It's a very good film, though. The way that it is directed, and stylistically speaking, it's absolutely beautiful. I think, especially for a film of its genre, which... to me, actually, was more of a mixed genre. It's not necessarily just a horror film. It's a drama, horror film, suspense, thriller. It could be almost fantasy to some degree. There was so much happening. But anyway, yeah, sorry. Time to talk spoilers. So, One of the biggest spoilers of the entire movie is obviously whenever Charlie, the little sister, dies. Yeah, she dies, and it's a pretty shitty death too, because apparently she had a peanut allergy or some shit, and of course her super responsible older brother takes her to a party and then is like, eat the chocolate cake, bitch. And so she goes and eats the hell out of that cake, but it has fucking nuts in it, which they foreshadowed the hell out of that anyway, and has an allergic reaction. He's rushing to take her to the emergency room or whatever, and then he is, while driving, is like swerving, I guess, to miss a deer or something, because, yeah, long story short, Charlie, she can't breathe, her throat is swelling up, and she's got her head like out the window at this point, because that's gonna do so much, because she can't breathe, which doesn't even make sense, because if you put your fucking head out of a window, I don't know about y'all, but when I put my head out of a window with wind coming right at me, I can't breathe at all. I'm just like, but like, so then, you know, he swerves the car, and I'm gonna just let the clip speak for itself. Bitch's head came clean off. And he just sat in the car and was like, and I get it, like, you know, you're traumatized or whatever. And I was confused at that point because I didn't know, like, okay, did they know he did it? You know, because for a second, it's very iffy, all the behavior in the household. Jump forward, that's the second funeral, the one that everybody sees in the previews, you know, where the mom's like, you know, or, you know, that, whatever. But, yeah, no, it was pretty, it was graphic, but, I mean, not, I've seen worse. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, so then basically, like, after all that shit goes down, then there's this, like, disdain and just overall oddness in the household, in the family, and basically, they kind of fall apart because it seems as if Toni Collette's character is like losing her fucking mind. And I mean, she's kind of losing it, but she's kind of not at the same time. And she's visiting these like grief counselor meetings, you know, and she's talking about her mother and how, you know, she was gonna go, but then she turned because, you know, she didn't want to go. And she meets this random bitch who's like, oh, I was in the grief counseling group too. Now, here's a clip of that group. Tell me if you saw that hoe.
It was a couple years ago, well, I was forced to come. And I guess it helped, so, my mom was old.
That hoe wasn't up in that group. You knew something was up the minute she, like, somehow knew just a little smidge of it too much. I don't know, there's too much of a connection there. And so after meeting this woman, Toni Collette's character, she, you know, then starts to kind of spend time with her. She considers her a friend. She starts hanging out with her. And then she finds out, you know, about this lady claims that her grandson's dead and whatever. And she's like, oh my gosh, I did a seance. And basically she shows Toni Collette, and it is fucking weird. But then, anyway, she convinces her to do it herself, you know, so that she can speak to Charlie. And so Toni's character does it. She does the seance in the house, and shit just goes all kinds of crazy. Like, you know what? Just watch.
I don't feel the air flexing.
Wow! Yes! Thank you, Charlie. That was so good. Okay. Now, Charlie, what I'd like for you to do
is I'd like for you to show them what you did earlier.
Hello?
Mom?
Mom? Mom?
I don't like this. Dad, I don't like this.
What's happening?
Please stop.
What's going on? Mom!
Please, you really, please stop.
What's
Dad,
happening?
make it
Why is
stop,
everyone
please.
scared?
Why are you scaring me?
Make it stop! Make it fucking stop! Make it stop!
At that point, it's more like, they start realizing something is completely wrong about all this. And the mother finally puts, like, 2 and 2 together about, like, who this woman is. And, like, oh, shit, you have similar stuff, like, to my mother and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, obviously it's no secret the mother's a fucking witch. And, so it's different. So anyway, the mother then kind of finds out that, like, it's hinted that the boy actually becomes the focal point of this whole movie, which I actually didn't see that coming. Oh, because, like, they referenced sleepwalking in it, too, and they show some hallucinations of her sleepwalking and lighting the motherfucker on fire and stuff like that. Like that. Seeing him covered in bugs and of course making the infamous Toni Collette face. But like, yeah, that was freaky. So, anyway, he starts experiencing weird things, and then this random bitch, like I said, that introduced herself in, you know, into Toni's life, she starts talking to Peter while he's at school, and you start to find out about their witchcraft and the, you know, the occult that they were in, and you find out that they wanted him as a vessel because they wanted a boy so that they could have their little king of the gods kind of thing, or a god rather, who is like one of the kings of hell. And Charlie was as close as they could get, so they provided the soul within her, and when she died, her soul kind of just bounced. That's why in the whole movie all you hear is that stupid, like, Jesus Christ. I don't know how people are afraid of that. I would deck someone in the throat over that shit. That was annoying. Sorry. Anyway, but yeah. Then things get even more unsettling because the mother finds the dead body, because like they mentioned that the grave for her mother had been like dug up or whatever, and she finds the dead body of her mother in her attic. Talk about skeletons in your closet. Bitch, you got headless bodies in your attic. Oh yeah, and there was like some like weird like cult shit going on, and you know, the little boy's picture, and yeah. So the whole movie, the dad seems like he's trying to protect the son too. So it's kind of like, yay, but he's very, like, he's not very vocal. You know, he doesn't have like a huge part like the other ones do. But I feel as though there was more to him than the story relayed, you know? But, like, long story short, the ending, well, not ending, I hated the ending. But, like, what transpired prior to the ending, I actually thought was probably the best part. You know, after all of this stuff, you know, with the guy, like, the boy smashing it, like, and it's not just, like, the boy saw his reflection and then smashed his face into the dust like people think. What actually happened is the motherfucker was, like, stroking out in class and, I guess, overtaken by Charlie because he started to, like, literally morph, and it was the weirdest thing. And yet, the whole time, his teacher, as he's, okay, here's a clip.
Hey, girl.
Peter! Peter, what's wrong? Peter, are you all right?
Can you breathe?
Peter, what are you doing, man?
Okay, now please somebody explain to me how if you sitting in a room like, you know what I mean? Like, and the teacher, yeah, okay. Clearly fucking not, bruh. He's either stroking out, having a heart attack, or dead. Pick. Or on drugs. Either way, not a good thing. But yeah, then he slams his face down and when you know, whatever. But, and the mom, you know, the dad's convinced that she's lost her fucking mind, but she has proof and, like, she has this book, you know, of all these drawings that apparently Charlie did. And so she then tries to burn this book, but then she starts to catch on fire. And everybody's like, what? So she can't burn the book, and she then shows the dad, who doesn't believe her, of course, because she's fucking batshit. And, yeah. That leads to him then going up into the attic, and he goes up, and when he sees the body, I mean, first of all, if you open your fucking attic door and a shit ton of flies come out like you in Amityville horror shit, that's a problem. You cannot smell that. So, he came back down and was like, why didn't you call the cops? What the fuck? And she's like, the cops can't help us, blah, blah, blah. And, like, you know, witchcraft, stuff like that. And she then was gonna, like, sacrifice herself almost, you know what I mean, to save the son, which was actually weirdly noble. But she threw the book in the fire, and Daddy-O just, whoosh.
Here comes the face.
See, that's honestly kind of like one of those parts I didn't kind of understand. Why did he go up in flames? Our man is on fire! Judge me. But, no, that I didn't get. Anyway, and also, like, when that happened, the mom, there was, like, it was, in that clip you saw, this, like, thing that I actually loved about the movie is, like, certain things, like, you know, you would see these little, like, light glimmers or what the fuck ever, and, like, even the mom, she was, like, you know, doing the Toni Collette face, she was, like, but then, like, it, like, I don't know, did something, and, like, her whole expression was just, like, and I was like, oh, wow. That must be Charlie's ass just jumping and fucking jumping. Basically, though, that's when shit got actually really creepy. Because then the mother, she was, like, possessed with something or whatever the hell. And the son wakes up out of bed, and mommy just somehow does this, like, this bitch looked like she was on a, like, I'm sorry, I laughed, but this bitch looked like she was on a motherfucking rope, like Spider-Man or some shit, going through the room like, Spider-Man, you get it. But, like, anyway, I laughed my ass off at that part. But then after that, it was just, like, pure suspense and creepy, and I loved it. I loved it. Like, and then, oh my gosh, she went down and saw the dad's dead body. And the bitch was like, oh! Yeah, she was on the ceiling behind him, like, watching him. And then he turned and saw some, like, naked fucker, I'm assuming naked, standing in, like, a dark doorway, and that was really creepy. And so he was like, what? And so he saw the mother, and then there was a little bit of a chase, you know. He got to the attic, and then finally when he shut the door, Mommy somehow latched to the ceiling and is banging her fucking head off of the thing like a fucking idiot, crazy ass possessed bitch. That is what you saw in the previews. And then when he gets into the attic, he sees everything, you know, just kind of ready for him. Candles lit and whatnot for the ritual or whatever. Whatever they were going to do to him. And then, this I loved. I loved it. Okay. He's like preoccupied looking at stuff. And then all you hear is like, shh, shh, shh. And then when he turned around, there's blood on the floor, and you look up, and you see Mommy with like a fucking piano wire or some shit. And she's just going to town, just like... just like slicing off her fucking head. I don't get the significance of decapitation in this, but... I don't mind it. Shit was fucking crazy. And then he saw some other motherfuckers, and he was like, what? And they was like, and so then he like did the smartest thing I guess he could think of, and that was jump out of the attic window. Here's the clip. Yeah, unfortunately, I did not get a clip of that. I'm sorry. I was really distracted. The whole ending was so fucked up. But of course, I had to show off some of my absolutely beautiful photography work on canvas print. Oh, because I'm talented. I don't know where that came from. But anyway. Okay, so basically then he's kind of like... I wasn't sure if he was dead or if he was just like, you know, half dead. And then his mother, okay, like Toni Collette, she... you see her float into the fucking treehouse thingy that Charlie lived in. Or... well, slept in most of the time. But, and I guess, yeah. And then he followed her up in there. When he got up in there, there was a bunch of really, weird-looking people. Just already just, you know, knelt down, bowed down, whatever. You know, in position. And then including some dead bodies. Check it out. Not impressed, because when, okay, like, I didn't get the full ending, but, like, basically, yeah, that's what he, like, walked into, and they put the soul of, I guess, Charlie, or this god or something, in him to worship him, and when they did that, I'm sorry, what got me was they were making him, like, a prince, a god, or something of, like, royalty, okay, they put a fucking crown on him. Put a motherfucking Burger King crown on his ass. Like, I'm just saying, I mean, I loved the film, but like, come on. You don't put a motherfucking Burger King crown up on that motherfucker's head and he's supposed to be like your god or something? Whatever. But yeah, honestly, Toni Collette, she was phenomenal.
Fucking say it. Don't you swear at me, you little shit! Don't you ever raise your voice at me! I am your mother! Do you understand? All I do is worry and slave and defend you, and all I get back is that fucking face on your face.
Absolutely killed it.
Face. So full of disdain and resentment and always so annoyed. Well, now your sister is dead. And I know you miss her. And I know it was an accident. And I know you're in pain. And I wish I could take that away for you. I wish I could shield you from the knowledge that you did what you did. But your sister is dead. She's gone forever. And what a waste. If it could have maybe brought us together or something. If you could have just said, I'm sorry, or faced up to what happened. Maybe then we could do something with this. But you can't take responsibility for anything. No, I can't accept. And I can't forgive. Because nobody admits anything they've done!
And, Alex, he was one of the Naked brothers. Alex, right? Yeah. Alex Wolff. Yeah, he was pretty damn good, too. And I didn't expect that. And the little girl, I should know her name. But she's actually a cutie pie in real life. Like, they made her so fucking ugly for the movie. Okay, so overall, that's me basically spoiling the whole movie for you. My personal opinion of the film, I felt it was a little overhyped. It was definitely a good watch, and it was a good film. It was new. It was, you know, it was original, and we need that shit. Okay, so, but I don't know. Like I said, it was a little overhyped, and all the accreditation it received, I don't feel it deserved. Cinematography, phenomenal. Directing, phenomenal. Script, fucking phenomenal. Acting, fucking phenomena. But like, and originality, definitely phenomenal. But, you know, everything else just, I felt like it was just, I expected more. You know, they said that it was going to be so dark and graphic, and that they were going to be doing things that had never been done before in movies. And I was like, okay, but I've seen most of this, and none of this, like, phases me. I mean, I know what black magic is, so... And honestly, though, watching the movie, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much like home. I have a horribly dysfunctional family. Please like and share, subscribe, comment, and all that good shit. New videos to come. I've got a lot of them. All of you guys, go see the film. It is worth a watch. If you're a horror movie lover at all, fucking watch it. If you are a regular movie lover at all, fucking watch it. If you get if you get scared or squeamish really easily, fucking watch it. But like, maybe don't. Either way.
Mom, what are you doing?
I am so hungry. Anyway, I don't think that was a very good review. I don't know. All I'm gonna say is it's worth a watch. You were warned about the spoilers. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope it doesn't get taken down. Thanks guys for watching, and I really hope you watched all the way through, because you fucking should've. Anyway, sorry, I need a cigarette after talking about that damn movie. It was hard for me to just remember most of it. The movie literally is so good with going like over here and like, okay, picture this. If you had a Garmin and you tried to get Garmin to give you directions to the end of that movie, she'd be like, what the fuck? Yeah. But yeah, like, I needed to sing a couple hymns. I had me my Jesus-y necklaces and stuff, you know. Because, hell, I'm finna go to church this week. Ooh, that black magic stuff. I love it. I love A24. Oh, I hope to work with them one day. Thank you for watching this video. And I really hope that any of my subscribers actually enjoyed the fact that I made a new video. If you did, share it, like it, comment, whatever. You better have laughed. And... I think I look kind of good. Kind of losing that weight. Because I might have a movie role coming up. Kind of excited. But yeah, more videos come this week, and thank you guys. Let me know what you thought of Hereditary, and help me understand why the dad got burned up, and also your theories on the movie as a whole, because I don't feel like watching those explained videos. Okay, I'm gonna go and, I guess I'm gonna go and put my beautiful photography canvas prints on Etsy to sell. Because these bitches are amazing. Look at that beautiful damn landscape creek thing. Shit! Everybody stay safe. Everybody try to stay happy. I'm losing my fucking mind. And good night.